Markets on a whiplash ride. Trade tensions slam Wall Street. What started as a hopeful morning on Wall Street ended in chaos by the closing bell. The S&P 500 made history for all the wrong reasons, spiking more than 4% intraday, only to nosedive, and close over 1% down. The Nasdaq fared even worse, suffering its biggest reversal in over 4 decades. What triggered the sell-off? Optimism over U.S.-China trade negotiations crumbled as the White House confirmed a whopping 100% tariff on Chinese goods would take effect at midnight. Add to that Canada's retaliatory 25% duty on non-compliant U.S. vehicles, and you've got a full-blown trade war hurting both sides of the border. For everyday Americans, this spells more expensive goods, especially electronics and cars. Investors are jittery, and retirement accounts may see turbulence. With bonds offering little relief, even traditional safe havens are under pressure. Get ready for a wild economic ride. Corporate America speaks up finally. After weeks of silence, major U.S. CEOs are now openly criticizing the Trump administration's tariff blitz, following a painful market downturn and behind-the-scenes warnings from Wall Street heavyweights. Some business leaders are considering suing the federal government, but it's not without risk. Pro-Trump lobbyists warn this could backfire politically, deepening the standoff. Meanwhile, despite the chaos, many U.S. firms are choosing to maintain operations in China but are also exploring Mexico as a manufacturing alternative, where trade barriers are lower and proximity is a plus. Consumers may face longer wait times and higher prices, especially for electronics, cars, and appliances. On the flip side, Mexico could see a boom in nearshoring, potentially creating a more stable supply chain and benefiting U.S. border states. Supreme Court backs the administration. Public sector cuts and deportations move forward. The Supreme Court halted a legal challenge to the Trump administration's firing of 16,000 federal workers, a move critics say is already degrading public services. Meanwhile, the court greenlit summary deportations of Venezuelan nationals and the termination of millions in teacher training grants. In short, the administration's cost-cutting and immigration crackdown are getting the green light from the nation's highest court, and it's sending a clear message. Don't expect legal challenges to succeed easily. Oh, and if you try, expect to pay hefty legal fees. Reduced federal services could mean slower healthcare support, weaker social programs, and fewer teachers in underserved areas. For immigrants, it's a chilling signal that deportation proceedings may speed up, regardless of origin or circumstance. BlackRock's canal deal hits political iceberg. A high-profile BlackRock deal to acquire key canal ports in Panama celebrated by Trump as proof of American resurgence now looks shaky. Panama's auditor claims the current port owner, Hong Kong's C.K. Hutchison, owes $300 million in unpaid fees and skipped necessary approvals. The acquisition has become a flashpoint in the broader U.S.-China rivalry, with Trump pushing the narrative that China has too much control over global trade arteries. With Panama now casting doubt, the deal's future and its political symbolism is in limbo. While it may not directly affect most Americans, this move highlights how geopolitical power plays are now deeply entangled in private sector deals. The uncertainty may delay investments in global infrastructure, potentially raising costs for U.S. importers and adding another layer of complexity to global logistics. If you like those updates, please give a thumb up and follow my channel.